It's now 4 o'clock, people, quiet. Good afternoon. I'm Deborah Deeks Maxwell, President of the New Hanover County NAACP. We are gathered here today simultaneously along with 13 other congressional districts across the state of North Carolina through the NAACP of North Carolina to deliver letters to our congressmen and senators respectively. And here is our letter, which everyone here has signed, and we will, after this, take them individually into Congressman Rouser's office. The letter reads, the Honorable David Rouser, 230 Government Center Drive, Suite 113, Wilmington, North Carolina. Dear Congressman David Rouser, we, your constituents, present you with our 6 priorities for this legislative season: to fight against and vote against the repeal of the life-saving Affordable Care Act that millions of North Carolinians depend on, to oppose any executive orders or legislation that will deport our immigrant friends and families.
That's right.
3, to restore the full protection
Yes.
of the Voting Rights Act
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
To 4,
Yeah.
to oppose any executive orders or legislation that discriminates against refugees
Yes.
or Muslims.
That's right. That's right.
5, to publicly renounce the lies about voter fraud
Yes.
and oppose the widespread
Yes.
voter suppression spreading across our state.
Yes.
and nation.
That's right. Yes.
To support our call for living wages and union rights.
Yes.
Yes.
You are aware that many residents in our district, which you represent, are plagued by issues of inequality and escalating attacks on our human rights and dignity. We believe our human and constitutional rights are non-negotiable.
That's right.
But you will always remember your oath to uphold the Constitution of North Carolina
Yes.
and the United States,
Yes.
and to remain true to the moral obligations of being a neighbor in all our counties, states, nation, and world.
That's right.
As your constituents, we ask you to hold a public town hall before the end of March at a time and location convenient for all those living in your district so we can continue this conversation.
Yes.
For additional information about details, contact Deborah Dix Maxwell at naacpnc.com. We look forward to meeting with you soon. Deborah Dix Maxwell, President, New Hanover County, NAACP. Speak about the Affordable Care Act.
Do I need to pick this up? Okay. Hi, my name is Michelle Vollmer. I have systemic lupus, which is a very debilitating autoimmune disorder. I also have diabetes, and I also have asthma. I got the trifecta. I'm a recovering high school English and drama teacher, and I had to step out of the classroom due to my illnesses. The medications that I take for lupus in particular make me susceptible to everything that anyone gets anywhere. When I moved to Wilmington in 2010, I went into customer service. As a customer service agent, I was behind a computer. I thought that'd be a good, safe bet. By 2014, I was having a very hard time keeping up with even that job. In the early part of 2014, I started having central nervous system involvement with lupus. By the end of March, it was so bad at one point at work, my boss and my coworkers had to call an ambulance because they thought I was having a stroke. The symptoms and the problems were so similar. So in June of 2014, I had to stop working. For me, this meant no income, and this meant no insurance. I was on 11 medications at the time, including one injection that I took weekly. This is a retail value in medicine of over $5,000 a month. Not being a billionaire or a paid protester, I didn't have that kind of money. Thank God for the Affordable Care Act. Because of the Affordable Care Act, I was able to get insurance. I have to have medical care. For me, no medical care means no medicine. No medicine means life-threatening problems.
That's right.
I can't live like that. And I live alone, but I'm not alone. There are millions of Americans in this same
Tell it.
position. There are millions of families that need that insurance.
That's right.
For a child with asthma to go without their medication, it can be life-threatening. We're
That's
not
right.
talking about people that just want, some antacid because they eat too many peppers. We're talking about people with serious illnesses. So I ask that you not repeal the Affordable Care Act.
Yes.
Even the word repair scares me a little
That's
bit.
right. That's
Because there are things like pre-existing conditions that need to be addressed. Nobody should be refused medical care because of a pre-existing condition. We have to take care of Americans. So don't repeal the Affordable Care Act.
Yes.
Don't leave these families and people like me in the lurch. Thank you.
Next, we will have Jessica Frank, President of the New Hanover County NAACP Youth Council, speak about voting rights.
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Franks, and I chair as the president of the Wilmington NAACP Youth Council here in Wilmington, North Carolina, as well as the membership chairperson for the North Carolina NAACP State Youth and College Division. The Voting Rights Act was signed by President Lyndon Johnson on August 6 of 1965. This act was done to overcome the barriers that prevented African Americans to vote on a local as well as a state level. With me not only being a fairly new voter, but as a citizen of the United States, it is my duty to go out to the polls and vote.
That's right.
I am not the type of voter to vote for myself, but I vote for the generations after me, just as my ancestors
Very
stood
good.
before me.
Very good. Very good.
In the words of a bishop of the AME Zion Church, the Bishop W. Darren Moore once stated, "Don't be a blamer nor a complainer, but be a game changer."
Yeah.
Harriet Tubman was a game changer. Frederick Douglass was a game changer.
That's
Fannie
right.
Lou Hamer was a game changer.
Yeah.
My ancestors were a game changer. I am a game
That's
changer.
right.
So today, I challenge every single one of you under the sound of my voice to go out to the polls and vote. Don't just vote for yourself, but vote for your future. Thank
That's
you.
right.
We have one more speaker, Ms. Roberta.
Couldn't get childcare.
Okay, and that was going to be on immigrant rights. And that'll be Reverend Kojo Nantambu, Religious Affairs Director for North Carolina NAACP.
The most important thing and the most obvious thing that we can say about immigrant rights is that everybody in this country is an immigrant. We know that.
Yes.
Descendants of immigrants. Probably the only people that are not immigrants are the original Native American Indians and what is now known as Mexicans. Because remember, with Sam Houston, Daniel Boone, and David Crockett that got killed trying to take over Western America. And they took that from the Mexicans or the Latinos. But the other people who are not immigrants are Africans. We came here as cargo. So trying to run all of these people out of the country is not only inhumane, but it is immoral. And the worst contradiction in the world is that on the Statue of Liberty it says, "Bring me. You know you're fallen, you're hungry, those are who are needy." And we have a president who's supposed to be representing the Statue of Liberty and a country with freedom and liberty who is wanting people to leave. But his contradiction is this. The contradiction is that this president says he's like Ronald Reagan, and the Republicans want to be everybody like Ronald Reagan. Well, Ronald Reagan told Gorbachev, and this is his proudest moment, Gorbachev, take down that wall. Now we have all of these people in this country who's supporting a president that says, I'm going to build a wall. So we're either hypocritical or immoral or both. But we got to allow everybody who comes here to come here who have the freedom of living equitably, equally with everybody else, because that's what this country is for. America is about helping those who are not able to help themselves and giving everybody a chance. So we need our immigrants because all of us are immigrants. And it only comes together when all of us realize that we have the right to do what is necessary to make this country strong by allowing our families to grow and prosper, by giving all of our children proper health care, and by making sure that all of our children have a good education. And we can only do that when we see everybody that comes to this country as equal.
Thank you, Reverend Kojo. As we prepare to take our individual letters, if you have not, there are letters being passed out that you can sign that we will take one by one into Congressman Rouser's office. We remind you that on March the 20th, in the Capitol, the People's House that we own, there will be a legislative day held by the North Carolina NAACP. Please contact us at nhcnaacp@gmail.com if you are interested in carpooling to Raleigh. So then we go forward together. Not one step back. Forward together. Not one step back. Let's go take these letters to our congressman. Thank you.